Good afternoon. This is Harry Kleven, host of The Heart of the Detroit Lions, a new program that will go over a summary of the current games that the Lions have just recently played. I welcome you. I am a born again Christian. I want to tell you up front on that. I encourage your comments and feedback. Please keep, keep it PG and be very constructive. I have noticed if you watch any of the draft processes the last few years that Brad Holmes has had, I noticed that a lot of our athletes, if not all, are very deep spirited individuals, very spirited, and it's refreshing to see that. Um, and I believe it's Tyleek Williams that we drafted that came in with a Fear of God hoodie. So that being said, I want to talk about the 34-7 uh, defeat from the Los Angeles Chargers tonight. It's preseason. We are not playing our starters of starters, so I want to start off by talking positively about what I've seen. First of all, Isaac Tesla caught two passes, and the interception that was thrown deep into the end zone. I think if we went back and looked at that, I believe you would see a defender, number 46, I believe it was, basically check him on about the 5 yard line, impeding uh, Tesla's um, progress, and therefore uh, the interception was easily made in the back of the end zone. Now, I believe had that been a regular season game, we'd all be upset about that illegal contact. It's preseason, so I guess we let it go. I'm not sure if that still would have been an interception, but it seems like Isaac catches everything that is thrown at him. So I'm penciling him in as a for sure positive sign and probably our third option as a wide receiver. The young man looks very strong and capable of handling himself. 6'4", nice target. You have him, JMO, and St. Brown, and Tim Patrick. Golf will have a lot of weapons. Now, the other positive signs, I believe Hassan had a couple, two or three nice passes, and he'll let you know about it, and I love that. That guy has enthusiasm. So we have some positives. Turner had a couple nice hits, but when you lose 34-7 and your defense is worn out and tired out, and let's face it, they have only been practicing very short times with pads. So it'd be interesting to see game 2 and 3 of some of these guys are on the bubble. Obviously, most of these guys that you've seen tonight probably won't make the team. I want to address our quarterback situation. First of all, I am very thankful for Jared Goff being the quarterback he has been and being so durable that we haven't had to worry about our second or third or string quarterbacks because Goff just is somehow through the grit has toughed it out in the hardest position to stay healthy. And I just pray that that keeps on going and going and going because he is by far our best quarterback on the field. That being said, when you look at Hendon Hooker, who I was rooting for big time, and like, come on, this is his third year. He rehabbed the first year. He's had enough time to work with everybody here, and he looked less confident and less capable and he's going backwards. And you've seen the look on Dan Campbell's face when he took off and ran about 4 or 5 yards. It must have been that there's probably somebody wide open. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. The other gentleman that they got from the Steelers um, throwing 2 interceptions, I don't see that guy making it. Kyle Allen, I think his name is. I'm not sure. But there's a lot of players that did not have good games today. Now, knowing the type of team we have, that's not going to sit well with Dan Campbell. There's a brand of football, whether you're second, third, or fourth string, that we demand you to play. We are not an 0-16 Lions team. Have the best record over the last 2 years in NFL. Do you understand that? We have the best record, and with the little bit break here, we may have been in 2 Super Bowls in a row. So we are shooting for the Super Bowl, and here's a solution that I have for the quarterback situation. First of all, Goff is by far your number one. End of story. But in a league where there is quarterbacks that go down, the quarterbacks we have for second and third would not win us a game. I'm suggesting that the Michigan Panthers quarterback, the MVP of the last year's UFL league, Bryce Perkins, who has NFL experience backing up Matthew Stafford over in the Rams during their Super Bowl winning season, has that experience, and I can't see him playing worse than these 2 quarterbacks. And I think he has more grit, more experience, and more physical traits than these 2 other ones. Bryce Perkins, please find him. And sadly to say, um, uh, the Michigan Panthers, despite winning a championship back in 1983, and despite being in the UFL championship game last year, looks like they are dismantling and going to no longer be the Michigan Panthers. I'm not sure what's going to happen to them. I don't know if there's some place up in Traverse City, uh, which would be a great relocation where, pro football being that far up north might be the answer, or they may just end up going to a different state that doesn't have a pro football team. That's sad to say because I like the Michigan Panthers. I like watching pro football, and I saw some heavy hitters in there. There's probably some players there that we could use in the Lions. Their running back, their big tank, Tua or something. I forget his name. I apologize, but I think they may be working him out too. But Craig Reynolds played good. Let's not forget that, as he was running pretty hard, and he was getting loose a little bit. He ran hard, so there's some plus signs there. It's week 1. It's preseason. Didn't expect a whole lot uh, of chemistry. The Chargers, hats off to them. They look like they were more ready for this. They probably played more people that are going to be on their team than the Lions. So let's be fair. And Turner had a couple good hits. Hassan had some good hits. Dan Skipper was in there. Dan Skipper probably could have played quarterback today better than the other 2. But that being said, hey, we're going to have a great season. This is the year that we march to the Super Bowl. I really believe that. We have the tools. Healthy Hutchinson on the sidelines was exciting. Seeing Barry Sanders, exciting. And, them being in the Hall of Fame game, we have a lot of players that if they continue on upward path could end up having a yellow jacket. Hutchinson, Goff. We win a Super Bowl with Goff. He's in. He's and as durable as he'll play long enough to put up the stats to match it. But we need a Super Bowl win. So bad for this Detroit Lions fan base. So much for the players that committed so much into that. We need to have that, and it'd be nice to have that, I should say. And Laporta, Sewell, we have a lot of players. Branch, Kirby Joseph, they keep going the way they're going. Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery could make it, perhaps. Um, and we rattle off the records that we have, and we stay on the winning course like this, they can't help but deny some of those guys a yellow jacket. I'm excited about the season. I hope you share this. I hope you subscribe to this channel. This channel is here to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ and also share sports with you, as I'm a sports enthusiast. Um, Once again, if you want to use rude or foul language, I will simply delete those comments. But I wish to have build a following here of. We can have differences. Definitely, there's all types of differences of you know who's a quarterback. I have an opinion. I want golf to succeed, but I'm looking at you know there may be a need for a quarterback that can burn you with the legs as well. That's where Bryce Perkins um, might be helpful as a change of pace. If you look back, Drew Brees' last 2 or 3 years, the Saints were successful. They would bring in Taysom Hill, and gave Drew Brees a little bit of a break, a little focus, kind of refresh throughout the game. We could do that as well. But please share your thoughts. I encourage you to do so. I'm going to post this on my uh, Facebook page, and feel free to share this. I look for a great season.